The illusion of extreme saving. Many people grow up believing that the key to wealth is cutting out everything that brings joy. It's the classic advice. Don't buy coffee outside. Don't order delivery. Don't buy new clothes. It sounds logical, but in practice it's a prison that takes you nowhere. Picture someone who saves every single coin, yet never sees their life move forward. Time passes, inflation eats away at their money, and all that effort feels pointless. The world keeps getting more expensive, and that person stays stuck, exhausted, living in constant deprivation. It's like running on a treadmill. You sweat, you struggle, but you never move forward. The truth is, this creates an illusion of progress. It looks like discipline, but it's really just survival. Now think about someone who spent 20 years saving on their daily coffee. They might have built up a decent sum, but did it really change their life? Meanwhile, someone who invested in themselves, found ways to increase their income, and multiplied their money, ended up living completely differently. Extreme saving creates a cruel paradox. The more you cut, the more it feels like it's never enough. The focus becomes scarcity, never abundance. That mindset pushes opportunities away and traps people in a limited cycle. It's the kind of advice that keeps you busy, but never puts you in the real wealth game. The trap lies in the illusion of control. Cutting small expenses makes you feel like you're doing the right thing, but it's false control. It's like pouring a bucket of water into the desert, thinking it will change the climate. The effort is real, but the impact is minimal. Wealth doesn't come from pennies saved. It comes from strategies that multiply what you have. And this is where most people go wrong. They follow the manual of scarcity instead of writing their own manual of abundance. And that difference in mindset is what separates those who merely survive from those who truly prosper. The real enemy: lack of income. The true villain isn't your daily coffee or a weekend outing. It's the lack of income generation. Saving coins won't help if the faucet filling your bucket is barely dripping. Most people go through life relying on a single paycheck, as if that were enough to sustain big dreams. But when prices rise and the cost of living explodes, that paycheck becomes a prison. You may cut a few expenses, but it feels like trying to dry ice. The money evaporates and the effort seems useless. That's why so many people live frustrated, thinking they'll never get ahead. The secret isn't cutting, it's creating new streams of money. Think about someone who finds a way to earn extra income online, or who invests part of their earnings in appreciating assets. That person changes the game. It's like opening new faucets to fill the bucket instead of trying to save every drop. With multiple streams of income, your money starts working for you. And that's when every penny saved actually matters, because it's put into something that grows. It's not saving that builds wealth. It's multiplication. Those who understand this stop chasing their tails and start building real assets. And here's the harsh truth. If you depend on only one source of income, you're one step away from financial collapse. Losing your job, facing a health issue, or any unexpected setback could make everything fall apart. But those who learn to create multiple streams of income gain security and vision for the future. That's the difference between people who live putting out fires and those who build castles. Saving is only one piece of the game, but without increasing your income, it will never be enough. That's why the focus must shift. It's not about cutting every penny, it's about creating rivers that never stop flowing. If this video is making sense to you so far, take a second and hit that like button. It really helps the channel reach more people. And if you're not subscribed yet, click that red button and turn on the notification bell. That way, you won't miss any content that can change the way you handle money and transform your financial life. The scarcity versus abundance mindset. When someone lives focused on saving every penny, their mind switches into scarcity mode. Every decision becomes driven by fear of losing instead of ambition to grow. This mindset creates an invisible barrier where a person only sees limits and never opportunities. Life turns into constant sacrifice, cutting leisure, postponing dreams, living with the bare minimum. But no one builds wealth through fear. It's like planting in dry soil and expecting a rich harvest. Scarcity thinking traps people in a survival cycle that never ends. Now imagine someone who decides to flip that mental switch. Instead of thinking about what they need to cut, they start focusing on how they can expand. This person studies, invests, looks for opportunities to increase their income. They understand that every dollar can be a seed for something bigger. Instead of clinging to what they can't spend, they focus on what they can achieve. That abundance mindset opens invisible doors for those who have the courage to act. It's the difference between turning off lights to save energy and building your own power plant to generate infinite light. Those who think small reap small. Those who think big create space for results that others consider impossible. That's why the wealthy don't waste time counting coins. They multiply assets. They see money as a tool, not a prison. A scarcity mindset creates fear, while an abundance mindset creates movement. And this constant movement is what separates the average from the extraordinary. The real breakthrough lies in how you think. Either you believe everything is limited, or you decide you can create an infinite flow. The real path to wealth. True wealth doesn't come from extreme cutting, but from the sum of smart choices. Of course, it's important to know your expenses and track where your money goes, but that's only the foundation. The next step is to start investing, even if it's just a small amount. Every dollar placed into an asset that grows over time is like a seed planted in fertile soil. Over the years, that seed multiplies, and that's what changes destinies. It's not saving that transforms lives, it's the power of multiplication. That's the math the system doesn't want you to understand. Think about those who invested early in stocks, real estate, or Bitcoin. Even with little, they didn't get rich by cutting out pizza on the weekends. They got rich because they learned how to play the game of multiplication. While most people focus on saving pennies, those who understand the game are quietly building fortunes. And you don't need to be a genius or a millionaire to start, you just need the decision. The discipline of investing is what generates freedom, not the discipline of cutting every little detail out of life. That's the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. At the end of the day, the path to wealth is about vision and courage. Vision to understand that saving pennies isn't enough, and courage to take risks on what can bring returns. You don't need to live a miserable life to prosper. You need to learn how to make money work for you. The real secret lies in multiplying, not cutting. And if this message resonated with you, drop a comment below saying "real wealth" to show that you're committed. Also, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, because this journey is only getting started, and I'll show you step by step how to build your financial freedom.